if I told you that the bottles, tires, and even old suitcases you almost threw away could become the most magical part of your summer garden? In today's video, we're uncovering 17+ upcycled treasures that turn trash into garden wonders. Welcome to Mind Over Decoration, where imagination meets transformation. This video is packed with ideas, and yes, it includes timestamps, so you can jump to whatever inspires you most. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if you love what you see, why not bring these ideas to life in your own backyard? Sometimes, the most beautiful gardens begin with the things we least expect. Maybe to you, I'm just another face on a screen. But behind this content, there's a real story and a real family. Every like, comment, and subscribe keeps this dream alive. Thank you for being here, and thank you for seeing me. In the heart of a summer garden, where the air hums with bees and the fragrance of lavender drifts lazily across the paths, a guardian rises from unexpected origins. Old tires, once abandoned and forgotten, now stand proudly as tire lion thrones, symbols of strength and transformation. With every layer of rubber painted in golden hues, the spirit of the king of the garden takes form, radiating warmth as the sun spills across its mane. The lion planter is no ordinary creation. Its mane bursts alive with blooms of marigold, zinnia, and chrysanthemum, each flower adding fire and color as if the earth itself lent its palette to crown this recycled beast. Around its base, ivy crawls gently, intertwining with scattered daisies, reminding us that even the fiercest guardians have a soft side when nature embraces them. Children often wander near, drawn to its playful yet regal stance. They touch the painted textures, marveling at how something once considered trash could now stand as the centerpiece of wonder. The old rubber grooves, once marks of miles traveled on forgotten roads, now cradle roots, soil, and life. Even the smallest detail, eyes shaped from bottle caps, gives the lion a spark of watchful presence. By nightfall, as lanterns flicker across the cottage path, the lion seems alive, casting bold silhouettes that whisper of stories long untold. What was once heavy, worn, and discarded has become an emblem of resilience. In the garden, the tire lion throne does not merely decorate, it teaches. It speaks of reinvention, of the artistry found in reimagining the ordinary. It tells visitors that beauty lies not in perfection, but in transformation, when imagination breathes into forgotten shapes and nature fills them with life. Every garden needs its guardian, and this lion, crafted from trash yet glowing with majesty, reminds us that summer magic begins not with what we buy, but with what we dare to create. In a garden alive with the hum of summer, the first crow of dawn seems to rise not from the coop but from a corner where a curious creation stands tall. The bottle rooster planter, born of recycled plastic bottles, spreads its colorful wings across the garden, announcing both the day and the spirit of transformation. Its body, once ordinary plastic, now gleams in painted hues of crimson, sapphire, and gold. Each cut feather reveals the shimmer of reinvention, catching the morning light as dew drips gently from the bottle edges. Instead of a proud comb of flesh, this rooster carries a crown of bottle caps, gleaming like jewels gathered from forgotten places. From its tail bursts a cascade of flowers, nasturtiums, petunias, and marigolds, blooming like a rainbow echoing the rooster's cry. As breezes weave through the blossoms, the planter seems to stir, feathers rustling, head lifting as though ready to call out to the sunrise. Bees buzz around its painted form, drawn by the nectar hidden among the blossoms that this rooster wears like plumage. Children who wander through the cottage path often laugh at the sight of it, tugging at their parents' hands, marveling that a creature of such joy could emerge from something once called waste. Even adults pause, bending closer, tracing their fingers across painted plastic, and finding wonder in the way creativity can blur the line between trash and art. By nightfall, the rooster still holds its post. Lanterns glow softly across the yard, painting its painted feathers in amber tones. It no longer crows, but it stands as a silent reminder of morning's call, a call to imagine, to reinvent, and to breathe life into what was forgotten. This bottle rooster planter is not simply a decoration. It is a story of hope, of possibility, of color rising from the grayness of discarded things. In every feather-shaped cut and every flower that blooms from its form, it sings, "Beauty is not wasted, it waits." In the quiet sanctuary of a summer garden, strength and grace come together in an unexpected form. From old tires once bound to dusty roads, a creature emerges, the tire Rhino pot holder. Heavy rubber, carved and stacked, becomes the sturdy frame of a guardian rhino, its silhouette both playful and powerful, watching over beds of flowers with a silent, unwavering gaze. Painted in shades of stone gray, the rhino skin tells a story of resilience. Every groove of the tire, once an imprint of journeys long past, now carries soil and life. Its broad back holds a small garden of its own. Clusters of marigolds, geraniums, and daisies rise like colorful jewels upon a living shield. As sunlight pours across the yard, petals shine against the matte black of rubber, echoing the contrast between what was once discarded and what is now reborn. Children are often drawn to this giant of the garden. They run their hands across its curved body, marveling at its horn, a proud spike formed from cut rubber, sometimes gleaming with a bottle cap tip. To them, the rhino seems alive, a guardian animal resting peacefully in their world of imagination. For the adults, it becomes a conversation piece, sparking laughter and curiosity at how art can rise from something as ordinary as an old tire. The rhino planter does more than hold flowers. It holds a message that even the toughest, most unyielding material can cradle softness. Its back carries blooms, its body cradles soil, and its presence brings balance, strength paired with gentleness. By dusk, when lanterns flicker in the English cottage garden, the rhino becomes a silhouette, its frame outlined in gold, looking almost mythical as fireflies dance around it. The tire rhino pot holder is not merely a planter. It is a symbol of how creativity reshapes the world, reminding us that trash is only another word for untapped potential. In its horned form, it speaks not with sound, but with the quiet wisdom of reinvention. In the warmth of a summer garden, where laughter lingers in the air and bees drift lazily from bloom to bloom, a new companion takes its place among the flowers. Crafted from the simplest of materials, the bottle cowherb pot stands with quiet charm, blending the familiar comfort of the farmyard with the playful ingenuity of upcycling. At first glance, its black and white spots catch the eye. Painted lovingly across smooth plastic, they give life to a cow that seems ready to moo beneath the sun. Its ears, cut from the very bottles that formed its body, curl slightly as though listening to the whispers of the garden breeze. A pair of painted eyes, wide and gentle, peer out with innocence, crowned by horns touched with golden accents, details that transform recycled waste into a creature of delight. But this cow is not only for admiration. From its back sprouts an aromatic treasure, fresh basil, mint, and parsley, herbs that perfume the air and invite the touch of every passing hand. Gardeners lean close, plucking a sprig of rosemary, inhaling the earthy fragrance, and smiling at the contrast between utilitarian plastic and the life it now sustains. The cow becomes both decoration and provider, a playful planter with purpose. Children giggle as they wander by, brushing the petals of petunias that spill from its belly. To them, it is a friend, a gentle cow in a field of flowers, standing patiently beside the cottage fence. Adults, too, cannot help but pause. Some laugh, others wonder, but all are drawn to its charm, proof that creativity can turn even the humblest trash into living art. As evening falls, the cow stands firm in the fading glow, its painted body bathed in amber light. Fireflies hover nearby, and the scent of herbs deepens in the cool night air. The bottle cowherb pot becomes more than a planter, it becomes a story of care, of resourcefulness, and of joy in small details. It reminds us that beauty and usefulness often come hand in hand, and that with imagination, even the most overlooked plastic can find a second life as a guardian of growth and flavor in the summer garden. Among the blossoms of a summer garden, where every corner hums with color and fragrance, one figure reigns with unmatched elegance. Rising from the curves of recycled rubber, the tire peacock flower display spreads its tail in a dazzling spectacle, merging the artistry of upcycling with the majesty of nature's design. The peacock's body, formed from stacked tires, stands firm and proud. But it is the tail, wide, fanned, and vibrant, that captures every gaze. Each tire, cut and reshaped, becomes a feather, painted in shades of emerald, sapphire, and turquoise. In the sunlight, the colors shimmer, recalling the iridescence of a true peacock's plumage. Yet this creation is more than paint and shape, it is alive. From each feather blooms a garden, marigolds glow like golden eyes, petunias spill in velvet hues, and pansies nod gently in the breeze. As the wind stirs the flowers, the tail seems to ripple like living plumage. Butterflies dance among the blossoms, while bees thread their way through petals, adding movement and song to the sculpture's silent grace. Children run toward it in awe, tugging at their parents' hands, marveling that such splendor was once nothing more than worn-out tires. Adults linger, smiling, admiring the transformation, their conversations filled with wonder at the creativity that turned waste into majesty. By day, the peacock commands attention, a centerpiece glowing with life and color. By night, as lanterns light the cobblestone paths of the cottage garden, its silhouette becomes a dreamlike guardian, tail arched like a living fan of stars. The flowers rest in the cool of evening, but their colors whisper softly, promising blooms again at dawn. The tire peacock flower display is not simply decoration, it is poetry in rubber and paint, a fusion of resilience and beauty. It tells a story of possibility, of how discarded things can be reborn into art that rivals nature's own wonders. In every feather-shaped tire and every blossom it carries, it sings a message that creativity knows no bounds, and in the garden, imagination is as endless as summer itself. In the heart of a sunlit garden, where lavender sways gently and the air carries the hum of bees, a quiet figure grazes among the flowers. But this is no ordinary sheep, it is the bottle sheep succulent holder, a whimsical creation born from discarded plastic bottles, reborn to carry life upon its back. Its round body gleams in soft white, painted to mimic the fluff of wool. Twisted and cut strips of plastic curl like tufts of fleece, catching the sunlight and casting playful shadows on the cobblestone path. Its gentle black face, painted with wide, kind eyes, brings a sense of warmth, as if the sheep itself could bleat softly among the wildflowers. Children smile at the sight, often reaching out to touch its curly wool, surprised to find it cool and smooth under their fingertips. Yet the true magic of this sheep lies in what it carries. Across its back, nestled in carefully cut spaces, grow clusters of succulents, echeveria with their rosette crowns, sedum spilling like green pearls, and hen's antics sprouting in clusters of life. Hardy and enduring, these plants thrive under the summer sun, needing little care but offering endless beauty. They rise from plastic, their roots gripping what once was waste, turning every inch into a canvas of renewal. Placed near a rustic wooden fence, the sheep stands not only as art but as a guardian of creativity. It bridges the worlds of whimsy and practicality, serving as both planter and sculpture. Visitors pause to admire its clever design, marveling at how trash has been shaped into something that feels alive, familiar, and endearing. As twilight approaches, lantern light bathes the sheep in a golden glow. Fireflies drift around it, and the succulents glisten with evening dew, giving the planter a dreamlike presence. It becomes a story in itself, of resilience, of transformation, and of joy found in simple reinvention. The bottle sheep succulent holder is more than decoration. It is proof that with imagination, even the most ordinary bottle can bloom into a creature of wonder, carrying the garden's heartbeat on its back. By the quiet ripples of a garden pond, where dragonflies skim the surface and koi weave silently beneath the water lilies, a gentle guardian rests. It is the tire turtle pond border, born from worn-out rubber yet transformed into a timeless creature of the waterside. Its shell, cut and shaped from old tires, glistens in the sunlight, painted in earthy greens and browns. Some shells shimmer with mosaic details, bottle caps pressed into circles, each reflecting light like tiny jewels. Around it, moss and creeping thyme weave across its form, softening the rubber into something living, as though nature itself claimed this turtle as its own. Children lean over the pond's edge, pointing with delight as they notice the turtle planter. Its head, sculpted from a curved piece of rubber, peers out as if ready to slip into the cool water. On its back, clusters of succulents, ivy, and delicate marigolds thrive, turning the turtle into a walking garden frozen in playful stillness. The turtle does more than decorate, it shapes the pond's story. It anchors the border, guiding the eye along the water's edge where reeds sway and lotus flowers open to the sun. Visitors pause, enchanted by the way an object once destined for waste has become so naturally a part of this peaceful scene. It whispers a reminder that beauty often hides in unexpected places, waiting only for vision and patience to bring it to life. As dusk descends, lantern light glimmers across the water, casting golden ripples that dance across the turtle's shell. The air cools, fireflies begin their evening flight, and the turtle seems alive, a silent sentinel of the pond. It is not fierce, nor grand, but quietly steady, an emblem of endurance, resilience, and grace. The Tyre Turtle Pond border teaches us that even what is discarded can return, reshaped, and offer sanctuary. In its calm presence, the garden pond becomes more than water and stone. It becomes a tale of transformation, a place where creativity and nature meet to tell stories only the heart can truly hear. In the bright expanse of a summer garden, where flowers stretch eagerly toward the sky, one figure rises above the rest, gentle and graceful. It is the bottle giraffe planter tower, born from stacks of recycled plastic bottles, now transformed into a sentinel of whimsy and height. Its body gleams in golden yellows, dappled with hand-painted brown spots that mimic the coat of the savannah's tallest wanderer. The neck, slender and rising, seems to peer curiously over fences and flower beds, as though the giraffe itself were searching for the sweetest bloom. Around its back and shoulders, vines of ivy and geraniums spill down in a cascade of color, turning the sculpture into both planter and living artwork. Children tilt their heads upward, laughing as they point to its face, crafted lovingly from shaped bottles, complete with playful ears and gentle eyes. The giraffe does not move, yet its presence fills the space with warmth. In a corner of the garden, it becomes both sculpture and story, a reminder that even the tallest dreams can grow from the smallest, most overlooked things. Around its feet, lavender hums with bees, daisies wave cheerfully in the breeze, and roses climb nearby fences. The giraffe seems not out of place, but perfectly at home, a creature of both imagination and earth. Adults, too, linger at its base, admiring not only the artistry but the cleverness, the way plastic bottles, once destined for discard, now stand as a proud figure filled with life. By evening, when lanterns glow across cobblestone paths, the giraffe towers softly in silhouette. Its long neck arcs into the night sky, crowned with succulents that gleam faintly under moonlight. It becomes more than a planter, it becomes a tale of transformation, a guardian of height and vision. The bottle giraffe planter tower is a lesson in imagination, that no material is too humble, no dream too tall. From trash, beauty emerges, from bottles, a giraffe stretches into the sky, carrying flowers on its back and wonder in its form. In the hidden corners of a blooming summer garden, where roses climb toward the sky and lavender hums with bees, a legend rises from unlikely origins. The tire dragon sculpture, forged from discarded rubber, coils across the earth with a presence both fierce and enchanting. Its body, formed by stacked and cut tires, curves like a serpent along the flower beds. Every groove of rubber has been painted into shimmering scales, emerald, sapphire, and gold, catching the sunlight as if alive. The wings, wide and jagged, spread outward in fiery hues of red and orange, echoing the flames of the mythical beast it represents. Yet this dragon breathes not fire, but life. From its back and tail, marigolds, petunias, and creeping thyme spill in cascades of color, softening its edges with living bloom. Children stop in awe, their eyes wide with wonder. To them, it is no mere sculpture, but a guardian of fantasy, a dragon slumbering in the garden, waiting to awaken at dusk. Some run their hands across its scales, surprised by the roughness of rubber beneath the shimmer of paint. Adults, too, linger, marveling at how something as simple as an old tire has become a creature of story and imagination. By day, the dragon glows in sunlight, flowers bursting from its frame like jewels set into armor. By night, as lanterns flicker along cobblestone paths, its silhouette stretches long and menacing across the lawn. Fireflies hover near its wings, and the blooms upon its back glisten under moonlight, giving it the illusion of breathing, moving, guarding. The tire dragon sculpture is not simply decoration. It is a reminder that creativity can awaken even the fiercest of dreams from the ashes of waste. Where once lay broken rubber, now coils a beast of majesty and imagination. In its strength, it tells a story of resilience. In its flowers, a story of renewal. Every garden deserves a guardian, and this dragon, fierce yet blossoming, offers not only beauty but myth, a reminder that in every corner of creation, even trash can hold the seeds of legend. In the golden hush of summer, when the garden hums with life and the air is sweet with blossoms, a gentle giant emerges from the simplest of things. The bottle elephant watering pot, crafted from discarded plastic bottles, stands among the flowers not only as a planter but as a bringer of life. Its body is painted in soft grays, rounded and sturdy, with wide ears cut from curved plastic. Two tusks, carved with care, gleam white against the warm light. But it is the trunk that draws every gaze, extended outward, shaped into a graceful spout. It carries water as though the elephant itself is blessing the garden. From within, the soil cradles blooms of geraniums, petunias, and marigolds, flowers spilling like colors draped across its back. Children laugh as they follow the arc of water flowing from the elephant's trunk, splashing into beds of daisies and foxgloves. To them, it is magic, an animal come to life, playful and kind, sharing water with the thirsty earth. Adults pause too, marveling at the ingenuity, a plastic bottle transformed into something both beautiful and useful, merging function with whimsy. Around it, the garden thrives. Lavender sways in the breeze, bees dance in the air, and the elephant stands tall among the blooms, as though it were always meant to be there. Its painted details, tribal swirls of blue and gold, add a touch of artistry, turning waste into a canvas that celebrates culture and imagination. At twilight, lanterns glow across the cobblestone path, and the elephant seems alive in silhouette, trunk raised proudly against the evening sky. Its flowers rest under the cool air, while its presence continues to whisper a message, that creativity can reshape not only objects, but the very way we see the world. The bottle elephant watering pot is more than a planter, more than a fountain. It is a reminder of generosity, of renewal, and of joy found in unexpected places. From plastic waste, a guardian of water and growth is born, an elephant that forever shares life with the garden it protects. In the heart of a summer garden, where cobblestone paths wind between lavender and roses, a quiet figure waits among the blooms. It is the Tire Rabbit Cottage, a whimsical creation shaped from discarded rubber, yet alive with color and life. Its ears stand tall, painted soft pink within, catching the sunlight as if listening to the laughter of children nearby. Its rounded body, carved from tires stacked with care, is painted in soft whites or playful pastels, giving it the gentle charm of a storybook creature. From its back, flowers burst in cheerful array, marigolds glowing golden, daisies swaying lightly in the breeze, and ivy trailing down like the folds of fur. Children adore the rabbit most of all. They run toward it, touching its curved ears, peeking into the hollow that cradles living blooms. Some even sit beside it on small benches, imagining it as their companion in a garden tale. For adults, it is both art and memory, reminding them of simplicity, of innocence, of how creativity can turn the plain into the magical. The Rabbit Cottage serves not only as planter but as presence. It softens the edges of the garden, adding a sense of play to the air. Around it, foxgloves tower, hydrangeas cluster in blue clouds, and the gentle hum of bees fills the summer light. The rabbit seems to belong there, not as decoration but as a guardian of joy. By evening, when the lanterns glow and shadows stretch across the cobblestones, the rabbit takes on a tender glow. Its painted eyes catch the warm light, and the flowers upon its back shimmer with dew, giving the impression that the rabbit, though still, is very much alive. The Tire Rabbit Cottage is more than upcycling. It is storytelling woven into rubber and bloom. It whispers of transformation, of joy hidden in the overlooked, and of the beauty that comes when imagination meets patience. In every garden, a touch of wonder is needed, and this rabbit, born of waste, becomes that wonder, forever gentle, forever blooming. In the warm embrace of summer, when gardens sing with bees and petals, a splash of tropical brilliance descends from the branches above. The bottle parrot hanging planter, crafted from recycled plastic bottles, perches in the air as though ready to take flight, carrying both flowers and imagination on its painted wings. Its body gleams in vivid hues, crimson, gold, and sapphire, each color layered with care, echoing the plumage of parrots from faraway rainforests. The wings, cut from curved bottles, spread gently, catching sunlight that dances along their edges. The beak, tipped with the glint of a painted bottle cap, curves downward in a playful smile. Yet what makes this parrot most extraordinary is not only its color but its bloom. From its back and tail feathers cascade marigolds, ivy, and petunias, a living plumage of blossoms that sways in the summer breeze. Children pause beneath it, pointing upward with delight, believing for a moment that the bird might call out or take wing into the sky. Adults linger too, marveling at the creativity, the way plastic waste has become a suspended garden, a creature of color that brings life to the air as much as the ground. It transforms an ordinary pergola or fence into a scene of fantasy, where parrots bloom instead of perch. By day, the parrot glows under sunlight, flowers trailing like feathers alive in the wind. By night, as lanterns glow softly in the cottage garden, it becomes a silhouette of wonder, framed by climbing roses and drifting fireflies. Even in stillness, it suggests motion, carrying the dream of flight into the heart of the garden. The bottle parrot hanging planter is more than decoration. It is joy suspended, a fusion of craft and nature, a reminder that imagination gives wings to even the most overlooked things. From plastic bottles, a parrot is born, not caged, not silent, but blooming, soaring through the summer garden with color that never fades. At the edge of a summer garden, where lavender sways in the breeze and daisies nod in rhythm with the wind, a quiet traveler rests. Yet this is no ordinary garden guest, it is the tire snail spiral planter, a playful creation born from discarded rubber, carrying not only a shell but a living garden upon its back. Its form curls into a spiral, the shape of an ancient traveler. Tires, cut and coiled, paint the story of a snail's shell, sometimes in soft earth tones, sometimes in vibrant mosaics of color. The grooves of rubber, once bound to roads, now cradle soil and life. From the shell rise clusters of succulents, their rosettes like tiny crowns, alongside trailing ivy and blooming marigolds. Each plant becomes part of the snail's slow and steady journey across the garden. Children often giggle at the sight of it, bending low to admire its painted antennae, thin arcs of cut rubber rising as if the snail were sniffing the air. To them, it is a character alive, a storybook creature that has wandered into the garden to join the flowers. Adults pause as well, marveling at the transformation of waste into wonder, of old tires into a sculpture that charms the senses while holding blooms of life. The snail planter teaches patience and joy. Where others rush past, it reminds us that beauty often comes slowly, in careful steps and steady growth. Its shell blooms not in haste, but in time, succulents unfurling under the summer sun, ivy spilling gently like a green waterfall, marigolds opening their golden faces day after day. As dusk settles over the cottage garden, lanterns cast warm light across the spiral shell. Fireflies drift near, echoing the gentle glow of painted mosaics, and the snail becomes a quiet guardian of the night. It does not hurry, does not boast, but simply exists, carrying life upon its back with dignity and grace. The tire snail spiral planter is more than a decoration, it is a gentle reminder that transformation is not about speed, but vision. In every spiral, in every bloom, it whispers of reinvention, and of how even the slowest steps can leave behind trails of wonder. As twilight falls upon the summer garden, a quiet guardian awakens. Among the blooms of lavender and the climbing roses, a soft glow flickers to life, the bottle owl lantern, born from discarded plastic, yet transformed into a keeper of light and wonder. Its eyes, crafted from bottle caps, gleam like twin moons, casting a watchful gaze across the garden. The feathers, cut and painted from plastic bottles, shimmer in shades of bronze, gold, and soft earth. When the sun dips below the horizon, the lantern glows from within, a warm amber light spilling through its patterned wings, dancing across cobblestones and flower beds. Children pause in awe, pointing at the glowing owl as though it might hoot at any moment. They imagine it alive, perched on its wooden post, ready to spread painted wings into the night. Adults, too, linger by its side, drawn not only to its charm but to its ingenuity, marveling at how a simple bottle could be reborn into something that holds both beauty and purpose. The owl does not simply decorate, it illuminates. Along the garden paths, its glow guides footsteps gently, inviting visitors to wander deeper into the night. Beneath its light, foxgloves stand tall, hydrangeas blush in pastel hues, and roses release their evening perfume. Fireflies join the lantern's glow, weaving a silent dance in the darkness, as though nature itself answers the owl's call. By day, the owl is a sculpture, whimsical and bright, feathers painted with folk patterns that add joy to the garden. By night, it becomes a lantern of dreams, watching silently from its perch, casting shadows that tell stories only the imagination can finish. The bottle owl lantern is more than a recycled craft, it is a reminder of quiet wisdom. It whispers that light can be born from the forgotten, that even the simplest waste can shine anew. In its glow, the garden becomes a realm of magic, where flowers, shadows, and light weave together into a tapestry of summer wonder. At the entrance of a summer garden, where cobblestone paths invite wandering and roses climb eagerly toward the sky, a splash of the sea greets every visitor. The tire dolphin arch rises proudly, crafted from old tires yet alive with motion, as though the dolphins themselves had leapt from the waves into the garden's embrace. Two dolphins curve upward, their painted bodies gleaming in shades of blue and silver. Their tails meet gracefully at the top, forming an arch that welcomes all who pass beneath. Around their rubber forms, ivy drapes like flowing water, and cascades of nasturtiums spill in bright orange and red, softening the structure into a living frame. At their bases, marigolds and lavender bloom, adding bursts of color that echo the playfulness of the dolphins themselves. Children laugh as they run under the arch, pretending to swim beneath the ocean waves. They point at the painted details, eyes that sparkle, fins that shimmer with hand-painted strokes, even seashell mosaics that glint in the sunlight. For them, the arch is not merely an entryway, but a portal to adventure. Adults pause too, admiring the creativity that reshaped discarded tires into something both whimsical and majestic. The dolphins seem almost alive in their leap, capturing a frozen moment of joy. Their arc frames the garden beyond, guiding the gaze toward flower beds, ponds, and secret corners of the yard. By day, they gleam in sunlight, the blues and silvers flashing like real water. By night, lanterns strung along the archway make the dolphins glow softly, their silhouettes rising against the evening sky like guardians of the sea. The tire dolphin arch does more than welcome, it transforms. It tells visitors that this garden is not bound by earth alone, but that it embraces the imagination of ocean and sky. From trash tires, symbols of weight and wear, leap dolphins of lightness and joy. Every step beneath the arch becomes a passage into wonder, reminding us that the boundary between the ordinary and the magical is often just the curve of creativity. In the warmth of a summer morning, when the garden hums with life and every bloom leans toward the sun, a new kind of butterfly takes flight, not from chrysalis, but from creativity. Bottle butterfly garden stakes, crafted from discarded plastic, stand lightly among the flowers, fluttering with color though forever still. Their wings, cut with care, shimmer in the sunlight. Some are painted in bold rainbows, catching every hue of the season. Others bear delicate floral motifs, as if blossoms themselves had taught the butterflies their patterns. Held aloft by slender poles, they rise above lavender and daisies, hovering eternally in a garden where imagination blooms as freely as the flowers. Children laugh when they see them, darting through rows of marigolds to chase the painted wings. To their eyes, the butterflies are alive, pausing only long enough for them to marvel. Adults pause too, smiling as they recognize the cleverness of it all, how something once forgotten as trash can now capture the delicate grace of nature's most fleeting creatures. By day, the butterflies glisten in sunlight, their translucent wings glowing with each passing breeze. They cast colorful shadows upon petals and stones, as though they are painting the garden with their own light. By night, when lanterns flicker along the cobblestone paths, their shapes linger in silhouette, guardians of color and joy that refuse to vanish with the setting sun. The bottle butterflies are not just decorations, they are companions. They remind us that beauty is not fragile, that it can be remade and reborn from even the humblest beginnings. They speak of transformation, not only of bottles into wings, but of perspective, how waste becomes wonder, how stillness becomes flight. The bottle butterfly garden stakes carry more than color. They carry hope, playfulness, and imagination. They transform an ordinary flower bed into a meadow of everlasting flight, where butterflies never leave and every bloom has a companion in the dance of summer. In the sunlit stretch of a summer garden, where paths twist between wild roses and lavender, a herd of zebras appears, not in the distant savanna, but right at the edge of the flower beds. These are not living creatures, yet their presence is just as striking. The tire zebra edging, crafted from recycled rubber, lines the garden with bold stripes of black and white, transforming borders into art that breathes with life. Each tire is cut, shaped, and painted with care, its curved surface striped to mimic the elegance of a zebra's coat. When arranged in sequence, they look like a playful herd grazing along the flower beds, their bodies bending gracefully to the garden's curve. Behind them, blossoms of marigold, geranium, and daisy sway, their colors glowing brighter against the monochrome backdrop of the painted tires. Children squeal with delight when they see them, running along the border as though racing with zebras across an invisible savanna. Adults smile too, often pausing in surprise, their eyes caught by the contrast of stripes against the lush greenery. What once was old rubber, silent and discarded, now carries the rhythm of nature, painted with the pattern of one of the Earth's most iconic animals. The zebra edging does more than decorate, it defines space with character. It transforms an ordinary boundary into a procession of art, guiding visitors along cobblestone paths while adding a playful twist to the order of the garden. Each stripe tells a story of patience and imagination, of hands that saw not waste, but possibility. As twilight deepens, lantern light washes over the stripes, turning the black into shadows and the white into glowing silhouettes. The zebras seem to step forward in the fading light, a herd keeping silent watch over the blossoms as fireflies drift around them. The tire zebra edging is not just a border, it is a celebration of transformation. From forgotten tires, a herd has been reborn, carrying with it the lesson that creativity can bring wilderness into the calm of a cottage garden. With every stripe, it whispers of beauty found in balance, between black and white, strength and softness, waste and wonder. And there you have it, 17 plus magical upcycling ideas that prove trash can truly become garden treasures. Which one will you try first? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and even your own creative twists. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found inspiration today, and subscribe for more enchanting ideas that bring life back to forgotten things. Every click helps this channel grow and keeps the dream alive. Until next time, keep creating, keep imagining, and let your garden tell